everyone, we are greeting you once again from the proud city of San Juan as we take a sneak peek into the future of the nation's top collegiate basketball teams. This is where it all begins, right here in the 2016 FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup, brought to you exclusively by ABS-CBN Sports and Action. The FilOil Flying V Center is rocking as the second semifinals game is about to begin. And for the second time in the tournament, rival schools will go head-to-head as Salle University takes on Ateneo De Manila University. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok ngayon sa ABS-CBN Sports and Action. Ako po ang inyong likod, Anton Rojas, joined of course by former UAAP champion point guard Marco Benitez.
Well, Anton, it's great to be back here, and what a time for us to cover this game. Not only is this the biggest rivalry in college basketball, arguably, but it is a chance for the all-important second final seed, which Arellano is already in the finals here of FilOil 2016. Ateneo and LaSalle, they met each other earlier this tournament, and LaSalle gave Ateneo a drubbing of sorts, 32-point winning margin for the Green Archers. Ateneo in a rebuilding mode, but we'll talk a little about that later as we take a look at the format that we had here since the quarterfinals and the semifinals that we have right now. As we see, is a winner go home situation. Arellano defeated NU earlier, so Arellano already in that championship match. Ateneo defeated the Perpetual Help Perps 68-59, and then LaSalle had a 91-71 drubbing also of UAAP champion FU Tamaraos. So the winner of this match will face the Chiefs on Sunday.
And De La Salle University, of course, a two-time champion of this FilOil tournament under new leadership, because last December it was announced after the resignation of former head coach Juno Sauler that Aldin Ayo, who steered Colegio de San Juan de Letran to the NCAA championship in season 91, will now take over in Taft Avenue. And so far so good for Coach Aldin Ayo and the Green Archers, because they have not dropped a game here in this tournament after 8 matches.
That is so far an impressive performance here. Impressive first tournament here for Coach Aldin Ayo. 8-0 here in the tournament. Average winning margin of De La Salle here in FilOil 2016 is 16 points per game. Their highest winning margin was against Ateneo at 32 points. Their lowest winning margin was at 8 points. So very impressive showing so far. And for me, the biggest thing that La Salle has added is their ability to force turnovers. They're forcing about 28 turnovers per game and scoring about 28 points off of turnovers per game here in FilOil 2016. And we already know that La Salle is a good rebounding team. They can score inside with Ben Mbala and Gerald Teng, but now that they've added this extra potent weapon of forcing turnovers, makes them all the more formidable.
Very familiar to what he was doing when he was coaching Colegio de San Juan de Letran. Ngayon, kung ang LaSalle under new leadership, ang Ateneo also under new leadership, because national team head coach Tab Baldwin will also be heading the sidelines for the Ateneo. But today, Coach Tab Baldwin will be traveling to Europe for Gilas training. So it will be Coach Sandy Arespecochaga who will be at the helm for Ateneo. Now, when we look at the Blue Eagles, it looks like they are in a rebuilding stage dahil nga marami sa kanilang mga main guns katulad ni Keith Ravena at Von Pesumal wala na sa koponan. They accounted for about 44% of the points of Ateneo in UAP season 78. But leading the way in scoring right now is also Ravena, the younger brother of Kiefer, 30 Ravena.
Well, Aton, unlike LaSalle, who has pretty much their team set for UAP season 79, Blue Eagles, like what you said, in a rebuilding mode. They fielded 24 players this entire FilOil tournament, none of them averaging more than 20 points per game. 30 Ravena, the only Eagle averaging in double digits. That just goes to show you Ateneo is still trying to find their go-to guy. 30 Ravena averaging 11.6 points per game, 6.3 rebounds per game, 2.1 assists per game. This is a good comeback year for him. Did not play in season 7-8 because of academic issues. So, and we've seen here in the FilOil tournament that he's added some new weapons. He's shown us that he can hit the three-pointer. He's going to have to do a lot for the Blue Eagles to complement the likes of Adrian Wong, Chibueze Ike, and here against LaSalle, there are a lot of key things that Ateneo to do. Number one of them, 30 Ravena has to really contribute together with Wong, together with Ike Chibueze, and they have to prevent Ben Mbala from getting those offensive rebounds, from controlling the boards, as well as limit their turnovers against the Green Archers. Archers.
And it's pretty symbolic, Marco, that 30 is wearing jersey number 0 because he's starting from the bottom, moving back to the top. And joining us today at courtside is Pauline Versosa, and she had a chance to speak with 30 Ravenna. Pakinggan natin to.
Okay, so 30, you sat out through the entire UAAP season 78. How good does it feel to finally be back on the court?
Well, it's a good feeling to play again for the team and for the community. I mean, I've been out for a year. It's been a hard year for me, but I've managed to luckily work my way through it. It's been hard, but it feels good to be back with my teammates, train with the coaches. Overall, it's just a good feeling just to play again for Ateneo.
Okay, so what can we expect from the Blue Eagles today as you try to redeem yourselves against LaSalle?
We're just gonna give it our all. I mean, throw away the game plans, throw away. It's an Ateneo LaSalle game, so it's all about the heart. LaSalle's a very tough team, good players, and we're just gonna give it our all. Just see what happens.
Okay, thank you very much, 30, and good luck in your game later. Back to you, Anton and Marco.
30 Ravenna, former UAAP Juniors MVP, was a rookie in the UAAP 2 seasons ago. And like you said a while ago, partner, hindi naglaro sa UAAP season 78. But this year, he is back.
Well, he's going to be a vital cog here for Coach Tab Baldwin and Coach Sandy Pacochaga. He's going to provide scoring from the perimeter and from the small forward position. And he's probably going to be matched up with Jeron Teng, who is flourishing in this system of Coach Alden Ayo. The question going into this new Alden Ayo system was whether Jeron would embrace this mayhem defense. But not only has he embraced it, he's flourished it. He's even upped his scoring average by 4 points, now averaging 22 points per outing here in the FilOil tournament. And Jeron Teng being a vital cog in that mayhem press. And of course, it always helps when you have a Ben Mbala anchoring your defense. You see the averages of Jeron Teng, 22, 5, and 3.9 assists per game as compared to his UAAP season averages, 18.3, 6.6, and 3.6 assists per ball game.
Mayhem has truly been unleashed in Taft Avenue. And earlier today, Janine Choi, our courtside reporter, was able to speak with the King Archer, Jeron Teng. Let's watch this.
In this FilOil tournament, you guys are the only team that hasn't lost a single game yet. So tell us, what is it about the new system of Coach Alden that is making the Green Archers so effective?
Hi, Janine Choi. First of all, we treat every game like we don't hold back from Coach Alden Ayo. We play our every game, we give our best, and we're just trying to improve every game.
So during your previous game against Ateneo, you guys dominated them by having a final score of over 30 points.
Yeah.
So tell us, how do you guys plan to duplicate that feat again today?
Well, I think for us it's just effort. It doesn't matter who our opponent is. It's our main opponent is ourselves, and well, we have to treat every game as our last and give our all.
Thank you, Jeron, and good luck with your game later. Back.
And under the system of Coach Alden Ayo, LaSalle is leading this league, in points, rebounds, and steals.
And it's very impressive here, and we're going to see another display of this potent mayhem defense of the De La Salle Green Archers. Let's see if Ateneo has what it takes to really limit this team, stick with them, and try to steal one in the end.
Who will advance to the finals to face Salle University? Will it be Ateneo or will it be LaSalle? Ang sagot, malalaman natin sa aming pagbabalik dito lang sa ABS-CBN Sports in Action. This is the 2016 FilOil Pre Season Premier Cup.
Matchup in your 10th FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup, the Final Four. Let us now meet the starters of this UAAP battle of arch rivals. First, for the only team still undefeated in this tournament, here are the De La Salle Green Archers. Off guard number 13, Andre Caracot. Point guard number 18, Thomas Torres. Center number 23, Ben Mbala. Power forward number 5, Abu Trotter. And at forward number 21, Jeron Teng. Head coach of the Green Archers, Alden Ayo. And now the starting five for the Ateneo De Manila Blue Eagles. Point guard number 3, Adrian Wong. The off guard number 17, Jolo Mendoza. Center number 99, Chibuese Ike. Power forward number 18, G-Boy Babilonia. And at forward number 030, Ravena. Head coach of the Blue Eagles, Sandy Ares Pacochaga. The officials for this second knockout game.
We welcome you once again to our exclusive ABS-CBN Sports and Action coverage of the 2016 FilOil Pre-Season Premier Cup. This is the semifinals, the second semifinals matchup, and the winner will move on to face Ateneo University in the finals. Starting lineups for both squads. LaSalle going with Big Ben Mbala in the middle, Abu Trotter, Thomas Torres, Andre Caracot, last year's Rookie of the Year in the UAP, and of course the King Archer, Jeron Teng. Ateneo going with 30 Ravena, Jolo Mendoza, Ike Chibuze, and Adrian Wong along with G-Boy Babilonia. It looks like Ateneo will try to match the size of LaSalle, putting in together Ike and Babilonia to start this contest.
That is true, Anton. Usual starters for the Green Archers. Meanwhile, for Ateneo, new set of starters here. Jolo Mendoza has only started in one previous outing here for the Blue Eagles, and you are exactly right. They're going to have to match up size for size here against the white shirts and prevent LaSalle from getting those offensive and controlling the glass.
Meanwhile, Adrian Wong jacking up the first shot attempt for Ateneo. It rattles out, and the Blue Eagles are participating in today's semifinal game without Mike Nieto, who is out with a sprained ankle, and Tyler Tio, who is training in China for a week. And those are two players that played heavy minutes for Ateneo here in this FilOil tournament.
Totoo yun, Anton. And gaya nga nasabi natin, Coach Sandy has used 24 players already in this FilOil tournament. So a lot of experimentation, a lot of rebuilding here for the Blue Eagles. We all heard about some of their prized recruits not being able to suit up for season.
Number 18, G-Boy Babilonia is first.
So Ateneo slowly developing the core of their season 79 team. Meanwhile, LaSalle, this is pretty much going to be their UAAP team. And it has been a very formidable one, a very explosive one, high octane, high scoring.
And Abu Trotter showing a lot of improvement for Taft Avenue as he is scoring 9.3 points per game and grabbing 6.5 rebounds per game, excuse me, and has started 6 out of the 8 games for LaSalle.
And guys like Abu Trotter, even Jeron Teng have really benefited from Ben Mbala's play because he has made defenses honest, he has made defenses collapse on him, and these other guys have benefited from the assists coming from Ben Mbala.
And Trotter had a mouthful to say to G-Boy Babilonia as they were running down the floor. You can really feel the rivalry between blue and green. 30 Ravena, half spin for a fadeaway J. He has emerged as the leading scorer of the Ateneo squad here in this tournament.
That's going to be good for the confidence of 30, especially as Jeron has to play him honest on defense if he can hit that consistently.
All right, let's get an update right now on the LaSalle side. Pakinggan natin si Janine Choi. Janine?
Anton and Marco, after suffering from a bad landing in their previous game against FEU last Tuesday, Jeron Teng said that he is playing through the pain. Even with an ankle sprain, he is giving his 100%. Jeron still managed to attend their trainings because he said that he wants to make himself aware of the various adjustments that they will be needing for today. Moving on, Kip Montalvo's dad arrived all the way from Bacolod 11 a.m. today, and Kip's very happy to have such a supportive family because even during the preseason, they still continue to fly all the way from the Bacolod. That's why he vows to continue to work hard to make them proud. Anton and Marco?
Thank you very much, Janine, for that update. Kip Montalvo, part of that last LaSalle champion team in the UAAP back in 2013 pero hindi siya nakalaro nung nakaraang season due to an ACL injury. So it's very nice to see Kip Montalvo back in action here, and I bet he's raring to go for the UAAP.
Yes, Anton, and he's going to be one of the crucial wheels in the cog here of LaSalle, because he's going to provide the scoring off the bench. He is one of the better three-point shooters para dito sa LaSalle. He's going to play a crucial role, especially since Coach Alden likes to utilize a lot of players because of mayhem defense. Yeah.
And we can see that Jeron Teng is not really 100%. Wong just blew past by him as Jeron was pressuring him 75% of the full court. Here comes Wong. Cross-court pass to Black. And ball will go back the other way. Now let's take a look at this play of the game, brought to you by Total Excellium, the fuel that cleans your engine kilometer after kilometer.
Ateneo showing 2-3 zone here. They're going to force LaSalle to beat them from the outside. That is one of the strategies that a lot of teams used against LaSalle in season 78. But LaSalle has improved a lot on that, and they've also improved a lot on their rebounding with Ben Mbala.
Meanwhile, Karakut knocking down his first basket. 6-4 is our tally. LaSalle is up. And Black is able to score underneath, as this gives us an opportunity to go to the side of the Blue Eagles to hear from Pawi Versosa.
After their last matchup against LaSalle, it was very clear that the Green Archers dominated and out-hustled the Blue Eagles in that game. But today, Anton and Marco, the boys no longer have any excuse to play tentatively nor inconsistently, especially after already scouting LaSalle's strategies and seeing how intense and cohesive they are on the court. But despite Coach Tab Baldwin not being here today, Coach Sandy says that they're prepared for this game. All they have to do is start with strong defense and good communication. On the other hand, while this is only the preseason, Coach Sandy shares that everything levels up when there's a ranking. It's not just about the score or rankings, but the pride of the school, and that's a statement they want to make today. Anton and Marco.
And of course, Pawi, Coach Sandy Araspacochaga is no stranger to the Ateneo basketball system. He has dedicated more than a decade of his life training these young men. So hindi na nakakagulat pag marinig ang boses ni Coach Sandy sa sidelines if you're an Atenean.
That's true, Anton. Even from the juniors level all the way up to here in the seniors. Once also a former head. He also had a head coaching position several years back. Right now, back at it. And Ateneo so far has played good defense. They prevented Ben Mbala from getting offensive rebounds. Forced LaSalle to take shots from the outside. That is going to be the game plan the entire afternoon here for the Blue Eagles.
Now, when LaSalle played Ateneo in the elimination round, Jeron Teng and Big Ben Mbala combined for 52 points. So far, hindi pa sila nakakapuntos dito.
At saka against the FEU, Jeron and Mbala combined for 60 points. So these are the two most potent offensive players dito sa LaSalle. And if you can limit at least one of them, then you have a fighting chance here if you're the Blue Eagles.
At this point of the game, Marco, we haven't seen the usual mayhem full court press na na-employ ng LaSalle. What has Ateneo done to be able to get that ball across safely?
Well, so far Ateneo has done a good job baiting that double team and then making that release pass off that double. LaSalle has been a little late on that cross-court interception. That's why Ateneo has been able to score baskets and get inside the paint.
Ateneo leading LaSalle right now 7-6. Jeron Teng cross-court pass to Thomas Torres. Both these players will be playing in their final UAP season. Big Ben Mbala will make his much-awaited UAP debut this coming UAP season 79, and he's showing us that he has the touch from the outside.
That's true, Anton. But you know what? Ateneo will take that jump shot of Ben Mbala rather than allow him post position, because that opens up a whole lot of opportunities for the Green Archers.
And Coach Alden Ayo calls for time. Magbabalik po ang 2016 FilOil V Pre Season Premier Cup. You are looking at UAP champion coach Nash Racela of Far Eastern University looking on. Well, his team got eliminated by LaSalle in the quarterfinals, 91-71, but still a lot of positives on that team of Coach Nash.
Oh yes, definitely true, Anton. Guys emerging for Coach Nash, Jojo Trinidad, Monbert Arong, as we see Ateneo University coach Jericho Diniera waiting for his opponent in the finals. Pero yeah, for Coach Nash, the scouting, the coaching never stops. These are two of his opponents from season 79.
And Coach Jericho Diniera, of course, always knows when he's on camera, the defense minister. And he just recently won another championship in another summer league as Thomas Torres runs into a brick wall named G-Boy Babylonia.
That's going to be a flagrant foul called by the referee on G-Boy Babylonia.
G-Boy Babylonia is second for on the Blue Eagles.
Two players that played in the NCAA juniors before. Thomas Torres for LaSalle Green Hills, G-Boy Babylonia for the Sun Better Red Cubs, now playing in the UAAP colliding. And Thomas Torres will shoot these free throws.
And this is what Ateneo has to be careful of, those interceptions off the press break that lead to layup opportunities for LaSalle, because that is where LaSalle thrives. Itong Mayhem defense ni Coach Aldinayo. They had 28 turnover points against the Blue Eagles in their first outing.
3 straight points now for De La Salle University. As Chris Porter has checked in for the Blue Eagles, Joe Logo has checked in for the Green Archers. Ben Mbala catches inside. Double team comes, but Mbala is still able to score.
That's a nice baseline exchange there between Tratter and Ben Mbala. And you saw two blue shirts defending Mbala, but not able to do anything much against Big Ben.
Chris Porter breaks free. Natapik ang bola. Nakuha ni Big Ben.
Another turnover for the Blue Eagles. And you also have to love the quick hands of Mbala and Abu Tratter in the paint.
Mbala, offensive rebound and the putback.
Ito yung sinasabi natin, Ike has to do a better job of boxing out Ben Mbala, because once he gets in that shaded area, halos automatic na. Parang hinihigop nito yung offensive rebound.
And Thomas Torres is able to come up with a steal. LaSalle is the #1 team when it comes to steals here in the FilOil tournament, averaging 7.6 steals per game. Tapos ang tira ni Go, rebound ni Ben Mbala, puntos para sa De La Salle University.
And what is so scary about LaSalle is not only is Ben Mbala the one rebounding, you have two guys, Abu Tratter, Ben Mbala, both of them crashing the boards. And ito, another steal from Thomas Torres.
This is a very long, physical, and athletic front line for Coach Aldin Ayo, who surprisingly made the jump from his alma mater, Letran, to Taft Avenue after delivering the championship in NCAA Season 91 in his very first year.
And I think Ben Mbala is a perfect anchor para dito sa full court pressure nitong De La Salle Green Archers, because he makes up for a lot of the defensive mistakes of the perimeter players because of his athleticism, because of his quickness, because of his length. Tsaka yung attitude niya, gusto niya habulin lahat ng layup. Gusto niya supalpalin lahat. Kung pwede, he'll block it on the board itself.
And now LaSalle coming up with an 8-point advantage, 15-7 ang ating talaan as Kip Montalvo checks into the game for the first time. Anton Asistio is also in for Ateneo, along with Matt Nieto, former champion point guard, playing for the Ateneo Blue Eaglets. And speaking of the Eaglets, Aaron Black also played for the Eaglets, grabbing his own miss and scoring with the offhand.
Talking about the Eaglets, you have about 10 former Blue Eaglets playing here for Coach Sandy Arespacochaga.
And you see the system in place, the homegrown players from the Ateneo advancing from the high school to the collegiate ranks. And Aaron Black not giving up on the play.
Aaron Black has really developed his confidence. Used to be shooting a lot of jumpers past couple of years, but he's also started penetrating, taking it strong to the basket. Right now, he's also getting a lot of offensive rebounds and getting a lot of putback attempts. So contributing in many ways here for the Blue Eagles.
Abu Trotter only averaged 1.9 points per game in UAP season 78. An entirely different player now in his third year for LaSalle, scoring almost double digits.
Has taken over the starting power forward position from Prince Rivero because pretty much because of his athleticism, because of his length. He's a perfect complement to Ben Mbala.
Aljun Melesio, UAP Juniors MVP, has checked into the game. He grabs the miss. He takes a shot. It is too strong. Rebound, Matt Nieto. Nieto, umarangkada. Pinasa kay Asistio. Binigay kay Porter. Porter from the free throw line.
That is big here for Chris Porter because that's going to force Abu Trotter to come out on him in the perimeter, leaving it a one-on-one battle in the paint between Ike and Mbala.
Jologo from the corner. It is short. Black tapping it to a teammate, but a foul was called.
Jologo so far the most reliable three-point shooter. Of course, Aldenayo shooting at 47% from deep. Misses that one from the corner.
Let's take a look at this last sequence right here. The miss by Aljun Melesio. The rebound by Matt Nieto. Asistio giving up an assist to Chris Porter. Ateneo still down though, 16-11 here in the 2016 FilOil Pre Season Premier Cup. You're watching us live from the FilOil Flying V Center in the city of San Juan. It is Ateneo versus LaSalle once again, but this time the stakes are higher as we are in the semifinals of the 10th FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup.
And the winner here will be facing Salle University for the championship match on Sunday. So tightly contested match here. Ateneo after going up, I believe it was 7-5. LaSalle unloading a mini run here to take the lead 16-11. But I think the positive right now for Ateneo is they are leading the battle of the board 7-5. Remember in their first outing, LaSalle out-rebounded them 53-37.
Wow.
Leading to 14 second chance points for the Green Archers. Right now they are doing a good job here in the first quarter.
And it's been a low-scoring first quarter also, as compared to what we saw when these teams first faced off. Melesio missing on that triple try. Black with the rebound.
And LaSalle Ateneo rather has stuck to that zone defense of theirs, forcing LaSalle to take shots from the perimeter.
Here's Matt Nieto. The double team comes. He gives it up to Porter, who goes down low to Ike. Ike loses control of the basketball.
And you know, Ike has to make that shot, especially against a smaller player. Ben Mbala coming out in the perimeter to help the release pass. Ike left one-on-one against, I believe that was Jologo. You're not going to get much easier opportunities if you're Ateneo.
But Ateneo forcing a turnover on the other end. Kaya naman, possession na balik sa kupunan ni Coach Sandy Arespacochaga.
There's a blindside trap from the white shirts.
Shot clock 15 seconds.
Anton Asistio, who was also a former leading scorer on the Ateneo Blue Eaglets, a returning player for the Blue Eagles after sitting out UAP season 78.
Yep, spent a year in Team B. Right now, getting a renewed role here under Coach Sandy and Coach Tab Baldwin. Had 12 points in their quarterfinal matchup against the Perpetual Hebaltas.
And if you saw Anton Asistio play for Ateneo's Team B, he would go on Steph Curry mode in some of their games as Kip Montalvo flips it up and in on the fast break.
And this is what Kip Montalvo gives you if you're Coach Aldenayo. Another potent scorer from the perimeter. Together with guys like Aljun Melesio. One of those guys who can finish on the break.
Haynes' cool play of the quarter brought to you by Haynes, America's first name in comfort. Kib Montalvo, a highly touted recruit from Bacolod, making his return to the Green Archers lineup, but he can't complete the three-point play.
It's going to be a useless foul there from
Number 17,
Joe
penalty.
hanging onto the shirt of Aaron Black.
Free throws for Aaron Black.
Now, interestingly, partner, there have been players who are not true point guards bringing down the ball for Ateneo.
Well, that's because LaSalle is denying that first pass to the point guard of Ateneo, usually Matt Nieto. So you're forced to give it to your second option, whether it's Aaron Black or Anton Asisio, and they are the ones who have to bring it down. And once that blindside trap of LaSalle comes, the release pass, sometimes it is in the form of Chris Porter or the guy playing the small forward position, whether it's Aaron Black or Anton Asisio, has to come quick, because definitely LaSalle, that secondary trapper of LaSalle, is going to be trying to get that interception.
G-Boy Gob is in the game, sophomore player. Mbala battling EK for position. Go releases a jumper. Mbala. And Big Ben Mbala is able to convert, plus the foul.
And for me, I thought the word that describes Ben Mbala is relentless. If you take a look at him battling Ibueze, Chike in the post, just fighting for post position. And once he gets the ball, presence of mind to quickly go up with a body control to absorb the contact and make the deuce.
This is a guy who is raring to go. He can't wait to finally suit up in the UAP. Montalvo with a fake, Montalvo with a shot. Gob with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Chris Porter not used to being the release pass there. Makes another turnover for the Blue Eagles.
Matt Nieto looking for a teammate. Black to Porter. Another shot from the free throw line.
Well, he has that in his arsenal. Second jumper from mid-range here for Chris Porter, keeping the LaSalle defense honest.
4 points in the game for the returning Chris Porter. Mbala with a jump shot. Offline, Montalvo fighting for the rebound. Kicks it out to Melesio. Melesio with a jab step and the shot. Nothing but net for Aljun Melesio.
Aljun Melesio, we've seen him in the juniors division hit a lot of those three-point shots. Meron pa nga siyang step back three in his arsenal.
And Ateneo runs out of
burst
time
is
as we end the first quarter with a solid top 27 to 14. Adrian Wong losing Jeron Tang, running into Ben Mbala, absorbing the contact and scoring. What about Andre Karakut showing us the touch, the former UAP Rookie of the Year? And of course, Big Ben Mbala. 9 points to lead all scorers in the first quarter. Kib Montalvo also running like crazy. It has been the Green Archers dominating so far here in the first quarter. Let's see if things will change as we present to you the semifinals of the 2016 FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup, only here on ABS-CBN Sports and Action. Greeting you live from the FilOil Flying V Center here in San Juan City. This is the semifinals of the 10th FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok. Anton Rojas, kasama si Marco Benitez, and at courtside we have Pauline Versosa reporting for Ateneo and Janine Choi for LaSalle. Now, after Ateneo was able to hang tough, even take the lead for a couple of minutes in that first quarter, LaSalle suddenly going on a scoring burst late.
And that is true, partner. LaSalle unleashing a 12-3 run in that last 3 or 4 minutes, just to show you how much firepower these guys have. Ben Mbala scoreless in the first few minutes and then unleashing 9 points in the last 4 minutes of the first quarter to take the 27-14 lead. Remember, it was just 22-14 after the first quarter in their first outing here in FilOil 2016.
Quinito Banzon is in for Ateneo, as is Vince Tolentino, who is fouled by Gob.
Saka itong si Ben Mbala, partner, wala pang pahinga to dito sa larong to, just to show you the type of beast that he is for Coach Aldinayo.
Hindi ko alam kung pinanood ni Ben Mbala yung mga laro ng Letran nung si Coach Aldin ang may hawak ng koponan. Pero kung ikaw ay naglalaro para kay Coach Aldin Ayo, kailangan kondisyon ka.
Oh, totoo yan. If you're going to look at the physique of itong si Ben Mbala, chiseled chiseled as anybody can be here. Total, 3 years nang naghihintay to si Benembala to show his wares for the LaSalle faithful.
27-16, Melesio given a lot of space by Nieto. And Bala also being given a lot of space by Ike. And like you said earlier, partner, Ateneo would rather have Big Ben taking those jump shots.
That's another turnover dito para sa Ateneo. They have to be very careful here. Giving LaSalle 3 opportunities. That's a 5-point swing there for the white shirts.
And Jologo knocking down his first three-pointer here in the game. Second three-pointer all in all for LaSalle. Asistio, he is money from there.
Miscommunication on defense there. G-Boy Gob getting caught late in rotation for the Green Archers, allowing Anton Asistio an open look.
That was only the first made three-pointer by Ateneo so far in this game. Montalvo using the Gob screen. He steps back and shoots and scores.
Great shot there from Kim Montalvo, shooting it from about 20 feet off.
And that's also something new from Kim Montalvo, as Asistio breaks free again for a shot. That time it was too strong. Banzon hesitating, driving against his former teammate. Montalvo keeping that ball alive. Nieto does not see Go coming from behind, but a foul was called.
Number 17, Jolo, his third.
As you see here, great assist from Kim Montalvo, opening up that Jolo Go three-pointer.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
At ito naman, ang sagot ni Anton Asistio, ang unang three-pointer na naipasok ng Blue Eagles dito sa laban na to. Jeron Teng still scoreless in this game. He's playing with a sprained left ankle, which he sprained just a couple of days ago, nung Tuesday sa quarterfinals kontra sa FEU.
And right now, Benembala getting his first taste of rest here as Prince Rivero checks in together with Jeron Teng. So slightly smaller lineup dito para sa Green Archers, but this was pretty much their lineup. Their front line rather in season 78 with Abu Schratter and Prince Rivero.
Sa kabilang panig naman, pumasok sa unang pagkakataon si Isaac Go, another big man, a big guy for the Blue Eagles. Alright, let's get an update on their side. Balikan natin si Pawi Versosa.
You know, Anton and Marco, coming into this game, Coach Sandy only admits that LaSalle is definitely on a different level. He even commends Coach Alden Ayo for having great fluidity with his team this early on in the season. But for the side of Ateneo, the coaching staff shares that they're quite happy where they are. Despite parading a young team, they're improving collectively and are heading to the right direction. However, in the previous quarter, Coach Sandy wasn't pleased with their performance and said that the reason why LaSalle is leading is because of our mistakes. Our game plan is okay, and you have to believe that. In order to cut LaSalle's lead, they need to start executing their roles on both ends of the court. Anton and Marco?
Thank you very much for that report, Pawi. I gotta ask you, Marco, do you think by making it to the semifinals, as we see this last sequence right here,
There's that pull from Vince Tolentino, bringing Prince Rivero to the ground, and that is why Vince Tolentino was called for the foul. But you know, Anton, to get to your question, if you mean whether it's an impressive showing so far for Ateneo, if you have a team where you field in 24 players, nobody averaging more than 20 minutes per game, nobody scoring more than double digits, aside from 30 Ravenna, I think it is a very respectable showing in a preseason tournament, especially since you are rebuilding your program pretty much with the departure of Eva Ravenna, departure of Von Pesomal, having a coach Tab Baldwin assume the reins here in 2016. So pretty respectable outing here in the FilOil tournament for the Blue Eagles.
Keith Ravenna and Von Pesomal were averaging a combined 31.8 points per game for Ateneo in UAP season 78. Again, that's 44.5% of the points of Ateneo. And now they have to do it by committee. Vince Tolentino cutting and scoring.
That is true, partner. And not to mention, we're also expecting guys like CJ Perez, Hubert Cani, Jerry Pingoy to come into the fold of your program and to have them not be able to play in season 79 and here in FilOil tournament is just a big blow to the program.
We saw our Haynes School Play of the Quarter brought to you by Haynes, America's first name in comfort. Now let's go back to the LaSalle side and hear from Janine Chua.
Anton and Marco for Big Ben and Bala today's game is all about defense. They need to play with intensity because if they play good defense, then the scoring will follow and they can also run for fast break. I'm sure a lot are wondering how Big Ben's pre-game ritual goes. Well, for Ben, he can only have one meal before a game. He skips breakfast and eats brunch instead. He also praised and calls his mom who lives all the way in Cameroon. And in that long-distance call, his mom reminds him to always be humble, to have fun, and just enjoy the game. Anton and Marco.
Thank you very much, Janine. Big Ben is the youngest of 5 children. He hails from Yaoundé, the capital of the Republic of Cameroon.
That's just a great story there from Janine. Going back to his roots before every game, before he unleashes the beast in every outing. Tang si Big Ben and Bala as Aaron Black getting the basket and the foul.
We're looking at Prince Rivero, another former UAP Juniors basketball champion for the NU Bullpups. Aljun Melesio, this is his career high now in the FilOil tournament with 9 points. His previous career high was 8 points.
And he has really come into his role here for the De La Salle Green Archers, showing a lot more confidence, especially in his three-point shot, that transition or that walk into three-point shot there with Matt Nieto's hand down.
Now we haven't seen Third Di Ravenna since the first quarter where he made that fadeaway jumper. Third Di Ravenna leading Ateneo in scoring in this tournament. The only player averaging double digits actually for the Blue Eagles, averaging 10.4 points per game.
Shaggy Almond now into the ball game here, matched up against Aljun Melesio. So Ateneo now going man-to-man with Ben and Bala on the bench.
And Melesio finds Prince Rivero. LaSalle rolling here as they lead the Blue Eagles 40-22. Back with more of the semifinals. You're watching the 2016 FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup. You're watching our exclusive ABS-CBN Sports in Action coverage of the semifinals of the 10th FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup. LaSalle looking to make it to the finals of this tournament for the 3rd straight year. Ateneo rejoining the tournament for the first time since 2012 and looking to recapture the championship they last won in 2011.
And you know, I thought LaSalle has opened up an 18-point advantage here in the first half. Almost a turnover there from the Blue Eagles. And they are doing it with their defense. They've limited Ateneo to just 8 points here so far.
And that's what the IO system is all about. Full court pressure, unleashing mayhem on the defensive end. Ateneo finding a way to break free of that, and Isaac Go is able to score underneath.
Aljun Melesio now playing that point guard role for Coach Aldinayo.
Trotter spins, kicks it out. Melesio, floater. Tapi ka ng bola, kanino mapupunta? It ends up in the hands of Rivero, who gave it up to Montalvo. Montalvo against Black. Montalvo to Melesio from the corner. Aljun Melesio is on fire.
And you see the confidence with which Melesio strokes that three-point shot. Credit half that to Kid Montalvo driving to the baseline and then finding that wide open Melesio on the corner.
That's the 4th three-point bomb by Aljun Melesio. He leads all scorers in the game with 12 points.
That just also shows you how deep this LaSalle squad is.
And what about the setup job by Kib Montalvo, which leads to this three-point shot, brought to you by Pop O, the perfect entertainment snack.
That is one of the beauties of having a Kib Montalvo, because not only can he hit that three-point shot, he also has the ability to penetrate and find the open shooter on the perimeter. So Jeron Teng has not had to flex his muscle dito, especially on offense, for LaSalle to open up this 17-point advantage.
Jeron Teng, the leading scorer of the tournament, has not scored a point here in this game. 43-26, a steal by the Blue Eagles. Tolentino, pinasa kay Wong. Wong attacks, Wong flips it up and in.
And this is where Ateneo can get their baskets by forcing turnovers, getting some steals, getting layups in transition.
Trotter wants it down low. Jeron Teng is asking for a screen. He wants to get himself involved. Teng pulls the trigger. Can't convert.
Possibly having a little trouble getting lift dun sa injured ankle ni Jeron.
Go to Tolentino. Black scores underneath.
Good extra pass there from Vince Tolentino. Aaron Black already, I believe, with 6 points, or so make that 8 points.
Actually, 11 points.
11 points in the game, leading scorer now for the Blue Eagles.
The only Ateneo player in double digits right now, Aaron Black. Ateneo getting scrappy here. Coach Sandy Arespacochaga is liking the effort. As we see this play of the game brought to you by Total Excellium, the fuel that cleans your engine kilometer after kilometer.
Benembala, Thomas Torres checking back into the ball game.
You're looking at Steve Hontiveros, the POC Secretary General, enjoying this Ateneo LaSalle matchup in the semifinals, as Andre Caracut, who started at the shooting guard spot, scores from the baseline. Here comes the double team. Tolentino to Wong. Thomas Torres was there. Wong trying to create. The double team comes. Black faking from the corner. And a foul was called.
And when you have guys, big men as athletic as Abu Trotter and Benembala, you do not really lose a lot when they double the perimeter player, because you have the ability to recover on the weak side with guys like Mbala and Trotter. As you see that great spin move from Andre Caraco checking back into the ball game for LaSalle.
It only seems like yesterday we were covering Aaron Black in the juniors. Remember that game where he couldn't miss in the first quarter?
I think it was juniors finals against National University Bullpups.
Everything that Aaron was putting up was just going in, and now he's emerging as one of the top scorers here in the collegiate ranks for the Blue Eagles.
Ateneo now going back to that zone defense with Benembala back in the ball game for LaSalle.
Torres, top of the key three. Ike tapping it to Almond. Almond defended tightly by Caracut. Almond to Wong. LaSalle fans screaming for a double team. Or rather a double dribble. Porter. Black with the offensive rebound and the putback.
And the reason why Aaron Black is getting baskets is he's going for second chance opportunities, second servings, crashing that offensive board.
The 19-point lead has been chopped down to 12. We welcome you once again to our exclusive ABS-CBN Sports in Action coverage of the 10th FilOil Pre Season Cup. And we're also greeting everybody watching via live stream on sports.abs-cbn.com. Now let's take a look at this last sequence right here, where LaSalle fans were screaming for a double dribble call. And then away from the ball, we have Mbala and Ike going at it.
That just shows you the battle in the paint between the two big Africans.
Trotter underneath, kicks it out to Caracut.
And it looks like it's going to be a double foul between Chris Porter and Benembala. of your screen, there's Porter and Mbala boxing out for position.
Number 14, Chris Porter, is second. And number 23, Ben Imbala, also is second. That results into a jump ball possession.
And Blue Eagle coaching staff arguing that it was an elbow above the shoulder
Warning on the Ateneo Blue
of
Eagles
Chris
for
Porter, looking for
improper
a
decorum.
unsportsmanlike foul here on Ben Mbala. But instead, the referee is just giving a double foul for both players.
2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining here in the first half. Jeron Teng still has yet to score for the Green Archers. Torres, ball was stolen away, and again a foul away from the ball.
And that's going to be the third personal foul on Ben Mbala, so it hurts LaSalle even more.
This time on number 99, Chibuwese Ike is second, and Ben Imbala
Very
is
physical
third.
action inside the paint. That's the way you have to play Ben Mbala, because he plays you very physical. Ateneo employing the same tactic. So Mbala has to be careful not to pick up a fourth personal.
And this is dangerous for LaSalle because Jeron Teng, Abu Trotter, and Ben Mbala all have 3 fouls each.
And the referees are trying to control this match.
Number 18, Thomas Torres.
Ito, balikan natin.
Is first. 2 shots for Adrian Wong.
Parang URCC lang, Anton.
O nga pala, malapit na ang URCC Fight Night, June 25. Abangan po ninyo yan. We will be covering that right here on ABS-CBN Sports in Action. Pero hindi po maglalaban si Big Ben at si Ike.
Oo, meron ibang celebrity match pata dun sa URCC na yon. Abangan na lang natin.
And speaking of June 25, NCAA Season 92 is also opening on that Saturday, so mark your calendars. Pero dito muna tayo sa FilOil action as what was once a 19-point lead by LaSalle has been chopped down to 10. Ateneo fighting back, Marco.
And this is how Ateneo plans to steal this ball game, by trying to keep it close, keep it competitive, stay within striking distance of the Green Archers.
LaSalle just playing frustrated basketball right now. Wong all day to shoot. And look at Aaron Black hustle for that rebound, just couldn't hold on to it.
Pero Anton, itong slow pace of play here favors the Blue Eagles, because LaSalle not able to get on, to get in transition, force turnovers in their press, score baskets off of turnovers.
Now I wonder if Ateneo will try to attack the defense of Mbala, who has 3 personal fouls. Trotter also with 3 personal fouls, as does Jeron Teng. Mbala with a fake, Mbala with a drive, Mbala with a wild shot. Trotter has to put it up. Taping ng bola, it will go to Ateneo.
And Ateneo frustrating the big men of LaSalle in that sequence, Ben Mbala and Abu Trotter. That is what Ateneo's defense will give the LaSalle front line, a jump shot or a contested putback.
Black double team. Ike gives it up to Porter. Porter is fouled. Forearms are flying, bodies are falling. This is Ateneo and LaSalle, the rivalry. Opening up a brand new chapter, and it starts here in the FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup.
You just love the physicality of play here between the pretty much the both front lines of Ateneo and LaSalle. Ike and Chris Porter against Ben Mbala and Abu Trotter, really going at it inside the paint.
Chris Porter, another former Eaglet. And this will officially be, should he make the UAP lineup, because gaya ng sinabi mo, Marco, maraming ang players na nag-participate dito sa FilOil at hindi pa natin alam kung ano magiging final lineup ng Blue Eagles. That will be his third official UAP season.
That's true.
Because he sat out 2 seasons
due to injury, if I'm not mistaken.
Under a minute to play here in the first half. Karakot to Teng. Jeron Teng still can't find his first points of the game.
Good job, though, by LaSalle getting back in transition. That's going to be another foul here on a white shirt. That's going to go on out with Trotter.
Penalty is first. 2 shots for
Yeah, battling in the paint. Referees catching that offhand, tugging against Ike Chibueze. Ike, a 71% free throw shooter, makes the first.
I have to correct myself. That was Trotter's first foul. It is actually Jolo Go with 3 fouls. Jolo Go, Jeron Teng, and Ben Mbala with 3 personal fouls for LaSalle.
As Ike makes both free throws, and LaSalle has cut this Ateneo rather has cut this deficit to just 7 points.
Torres to Teng, and Jeron still can't convert. Really hobbled by that sprained left ankle.
Yep, back-to-back misses from the corner for Jeron.
Aaron Black automatic from mid-range.
Just a 5-point deficit here for the Blue Eagles.
Torres jacks up a 3. Thomas Torres trying to silence the crowd here at the FilOil Flying V Center, but not before Ateneo went on a rampage.
Good job there from Thomas Torres to stop that Ateneo run, but I think the second quarter goes the way of Ateneo for grinding it out and chipping away at this De La Salle Green Archer lead.
And they've been doing it as a team. Aljon Melesio got hot, knocking down 4 3-point bombs. He's got 12 points to lead all Green Archers in scoring. Thomas Torres, the starting point guard, wanting to silence the crowd right before heading into the dugout. This is the semifinals. LaSalle leads Ateneo 48-40 here in the 2016 FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup. You are looking at the FilOil Flying V Center as we are currently presenting to you the semifinals of the 2016 FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup. LaSalle leads Ateneo at the half 48-40. Maraming salamat muli sa inyong pagtutok. Anton Rojas kasama si Marco Benitez. Now in the elimination round, when Ateneo and LaSalle played each other at the half, the score was 51-35. It's a different story this time around. Ateneo doing a better job, and they're only down by 8.
That is true, Anton, and it was actually going that way in the first quarter where LaSalle led 27-14, but Ateneo turning things around, outscoring the Green Archers 26-21 in that second quarter, and they did it by playing great defense. They forced LaSalle to shots from the outside. They were able to get out in transition, find the open man. As we see here, Ben Mbala scoreless in that second quarter. That basket was from the first quarter, but he was scoreless in the second quarter after about 9 points in the first quarter. So Ateneo doing a better job on defense in the second quarter. And they also got 3 fouls, 3 personal fouls on Ben Mbala. Aaron Black also hitting his stride in the second quarter. I believe he finished that first half with 13 points to his name, and we'll take a look at the leading scorers in a bit. But Aljon Melesio also showing us that he has the stroke from the outside, had 4 3-pointers in the first half for the former juniors MVP Aljon Melesio. So just an 8-point deficit here for the Blue Eagles. LaSalle meanwhile hitting some stumbling blocks in that second quarter. As we take a look at the halftime stats, 1 out of 6 from deep for the Blue Eagles. LaSalle 6 out of 17 field goals. Meanwhile, 17 of 39 for the Green Archers. They average about 50% from the field during this FilOil tournament. Ateneo meanwhile 14 out of 32 turnovers. Not as bad if you're Ateneo. You're averaging about 24 turnovers per ball game. Just 9 turnovers for you. LaSalle meanwhile doing a good job. Just 7 turnovers, but scoring 14 points off of Ateneo's 9 turnovers. Ateneo meanwhile is also shooting 11 of 19 from the free throw line, so they've done a good job getting to the foul line with 19 free throw attempts. LaSalle meanwhile doing a good job shooting free throws, 8 out of 12 from the free throw stripe.
Your halftime stats and highlights brought to you by Chooks to Go. Masarap kahit walang sauce. Aaron Black, whose whose highest point total here in this tournament was 18, now has 16. Aljan Melesio, as I mentioned earlier, a career high for the Green Archers in his very first televised tournament for the squad, leading the way with 12 points. Ang pangalan na hindi pa natin nakikita ay si Jeron Teng, who is the #1 scorer in this tournament, averaging 22.7 per game. But because he is hobbled and hindered by a sprained left ankle, Jeron Teng not his usual self.
And yes, he has had several open looks, especially from the mid-range. He has not been able to connect it. Back-to-back misses there from the corners in that second quarter. So right now it has been Aljan Melesio who has stepped up together with Ben Mbala for Coach Aldinayo. But let's see if, of course, you know, in Jeron, he is definitely raring to have a better second half here for the Green Archers, and expect him to come out more aggressive, especially on offense.
And you can see the determination on Jeron's face as we see
Mike Nieto also nursing a ankle sprain, not suited up here for the Blue Eagles.
You know, we used to call him Big Mike in high school. But he said that he still wants to be called Big Mike because even though he's not as big as he was in high school, he still plays with a big heart.
Ayan, medyo lean Mike na.
Yes. Props to Mike Nieto for really working his conditioning and coming into this tournament in excellent shape. And we hope for a speedy recovery for the former UAP Juniors MVP.
30 Ravenna, meanwhile, seeing action here in the third quarter. Did not see action in the second quarter after hitting a jumper in the first quarter. Had a saddle with 2 personal fouls.
All right, let's take a look at what happened right here. Karakot finding his way to the paint, and he steps on the baseline. Meanwhile, Jolo Mendoza with his familiar high-arcing shot is able to convert for Ateneo. And Ateneo making things interesting here, chopping that 19-point LaSalle lead down to 6.
Here's that double high play that LaSalle likes to run with Ben Mbala and Abu Shatter on that elbow. Very similar to yung motion offense na tinatakbo ng Cleveland Cavaliers when they like to run LeBron on that elbow. Ito si Ben Mbala playing the role of LeBron James para dito sa LaSalle Green Archers.
But we haven't seen a LeBron-like dunk yet from Big Ben Mbala, and credit that to the Ateneo defense.
Oh, kasi partner nung first outing ng Ateneo and LaSalle, first quarter pa lang, dalawa na yung dak-dak nitong si Ben Mbala.
The stakes are higher. Ateneo more motivated to bounce back, and that is why we are witnessing a tight contest this time around as Thomas Torres trying to put it back up and in.
We have to give credit to Chibueze putting a body in Ben Mbala, not allowing him to get a lot of second chance opportunities. That time, Thomas Torres taking it to the heart of the defense and getting to the free throw stripe here for 2 attempts.
Thomas Torres, one of 3 remaining players from the last LaSalle UAP champion squad from UAP season 76. That was 2013. These 2 squads actually, partner, are looking to reclaim lost glory in the UAP. LaSalle, as I mentioned, last won the UAP title in 2013. Ateneo the year before, 2012, the last of the 5-peat.
Yep. Both 2 very proud winning programs. Past couple of years, it has been FEU and National University that have climbed the summit of UAP basketball.
And we see the journey of LaSalle and Ateneo as they try to make it back to the top here in the FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup. Wong gets rejected. Karakot, umarangkada. Karakot with a sidestep. Karakot puts it up. Trotter could not hold on to it. And now let's go back to Pauline Versosa for this report on the Ateneo side.
Anton and Marco, at this point of the game, the Blue Eagles need to gain back their confidence and momentum. During the halftime, Coach Sandy emphasized that it doesn't matter what the score is, what matters is how we play. He also pointed out that their effort is there, but it's not enough. We can't just be contented with effort. We also have to stay focused and continue playing defense. Aside from this, Coach Sandy even said that this is just like the UAAP. We're in a deep situation, but bouncing back is not impossible, but rather manageable. More from the Ateneo side later. Back to you, Anton and Marco.
And Ateneo did not lose faith despite going down by 19, turning this into a ball game. Ben Mbala muffs that short stab. He grabs his own miss. Mbala trying to muscle his way to the basket. Oh, but Ibuze standing his ground.
Despite not being able to score, Ike Chibueze has done a solid job protecting the paint against Ben Mbala. He and G-Boy Babylonia both sacrificing their bodies there against Big Ben.
And Ike already went down. He got back up and stood his ground. Ben Mbala executed a power dribble, but Ike wouldn't budge. Karakot right in the face of Adrian Wondo on that triple.
Yep, deflating three-point shot there for Andre Karakot.
Mendoza to Ike. Easiest basket of the game for Ike today.
Great presence of mind there from Joel Mendoza, seeing that it was Ben Mbala who tried to go for the steal, knew he had a wide open Ike Chibueze there against Thomas Torres.
53-44 in favor of LaSalle. Torres flips it up and in. Now let's go back to the LaSalle side and get an update from Janine Choi.
Pahirapan niyo pa ang mindset natin ay dikdikan tayo. This is what Coach Alden Ayo told the Green Archers earlier. He told them that they need to be more patient defensively because he still hasn't seen them fully executing the mayhem defense. Also earlier inside the dugout, Coach expressed that there were a lot of bad calls, but they cannot do anything about it and need to continue playing. In this second half, the Archers are expected to be more confident in taking their shots and to continue crashing the boards. Anton and Marco?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Janine na hindi pa talaga natin nakikita yung depensa, yung sistema ni Coach Alden Ayo implemented to the fullest. Ateneo seems to have executed the right game plan to break the LaSalle press.
But so far, past couple of possessions, Ateneo committing turnovers off of that press, which has allowed LaSalle to bring that lead back up to double digits. Now stands at 13 points.
Matt Nieto, double team. Nieto recovers, gives it up to Mendoza. Mendoza to Ike. Hook shot does not work for Ike. Mbala grabs the rebound.
And Joel Mendoza had an open 50-footer there, deciding to drop it off to Ike Chibueze. Ito yung penetration ni Thomas Torres.
A Haynes School play of the quarter brought to you by Haynes, America's first name in comfort. Montalvo to Karakot. Karakot drives baseline. Back to Montalvo for three. Kid Montalvo stroking it.
That's great execution there from the Green Archers. Kid Montalvo relocating to that open corner. And Andre Karakot finding Kid Montalvo for the deep three.
And LaSalle back up by 16. You're watching the semifinals of the 2016 FilOil Pre Season Premier Cup. Maraming salamat muli sa napagtutok sa ABS-CBN Sports and Action. Anton Rojas alongside Marco Benitez and LaSalle starting this third quarter with a 12-4 run.
And credit that to their great defense, forcing Ateneo into turnovers and hurried shots.
A 2-on-1 fast break opportunity, but Mendoza bobbled the basketball, recovered in time to give it up to Matt Nieto. Nieto loses control though. Karakot with a steal. Karakot with the acceleration. Just couldn't put that ball up properly. Ravena taps it to Mendoza, who loses control.
Good opportunity sana dun sa transition, but Jolo not able to control that.
Now look at this, partner. We have 4 former Blue Eaglets on the floor right now, joining a former Sunbelt Red Cub in G-Boy Babylonia.
Let's see if they're going to be able to stand their ground here against Ben Mbala. And the Green Archers, wide open three there for Thomas Torres as Abu Trotter gets that offensive rebound.
We have to tip our hats off to the big men of Ateneo. In terms of the physicality, I can say that they have matched the physicality of LaSalle. Hindi sila napapatinag dito.
And Aaron Black scoring his 18th marker here off a great cross-court assist from 30 Ravena.
Torres recovers the loose ball. 8 to shoot. Errant pass. Karakot was not ready.
Torres trying to go for the home run pass there to Andre Karakot on the baseline. A very difficult pass. And Jologo checks in for Tomas Torres.
And Coach Aldin likes this type of lineup. 3 very quick and pesky guards. Right now, it's Melesio, Go, and Montalvo.
And you can see with this type of pace that Coach Aldin likes to play, he really utilizes a lot of his perimeter players. Halos lahat nagagamit niya. The only guy he hasn't been able to use, the only 2 guys he has been able to use, if I'm not mistaken, on the perimeter, itong si Prince Rivero and si Brent Paraiso.
Black with the rebound. Aaron Black. Porter. Nieto. Back to Porter. Porter with a spin. Porter with a drop pass. Babilonia with a finish.
The Eagles very patient there. Interior passing between Chris Porter and G-Boy Babilonia.
Melesio to Go. Jacks up a 3. Too strong. Black with another rebound. Aaron Black to Thirdy Ravena. And Thirdy Ravena is able to finish.
And Blue Eagles cut it down to a 10-point deficit.
Thirdy Ravena, that was his first basket since his fadeaway in the first quarter. Trotter out to Melesio, the license to shoot. Aljun Melesio.
Wala pa atang minimiti sa tres daw si Aljun Melesio. That's his 5th three-pointer of the ball game. 1-2-2 half-court trap here for LaSalle.
Errant pass, Mbala with a steal. Mbala fouled by Ravena.
Showing us a little bit of the ball handling is Ben Mbala. Ito naman yung layup ni Thirdy Ravena on the other end.
Play of the game brought to you by Total Excellium, the fuel that leads your engine kilometer after kilometer.
20 seconds on the shot clock.
Shaggy Almond and Vince Tolentino checking back in here for the Blue Eagles.
Thirdy Ravena picking up his 3rd personal foul, goes back to the bench. 3 blue shirts surrounding Big Ben, and he will head back to the line for 2.
That's just a power move there from Ben Mbala. Power dribble and then drawing the foul. Earned himself another trip to the free throw line.
Ben Mbala, his full name is Benoit Mbala Menzana. He hails from Yaounde, the capital of the Republic of Cameroon. He arrived in the Philippines at the age of 16. He was a friend. He is a friend of Mustafa Arafat, who played for the University of the East. And he was the MVP of the Basketball Without Borders program of FIBA and NBA.
Ended up in Southwestern University, playing the Cesafi tournament. And then moved to Taft 3 years ago.
After a tweet by Jeron Teng, who tweeted, "You are most welcome in Taft," back in December 25, 2012.
And he is going to be carrying this LaSalle squad together with Jeron Teng on his wide shoulders. There's another foul there on Kim Montalvo.
2 on the Green Archers.
Second team foul here for the Green Archers. 4th personal foul, though, for Kim Montalvo.
Tolentino looking for a teammate. Finds Matt Nieto. Double team comes. Stolen away by Montalvo. Montalvo. Melesio back to Montalvo. Montalvo gives it up to Go, who flips it up. And Almond corrals that loose ball. 3 white shirts surrounding him, though. That is the pesky mayhem defense on display right now. LaSalle leads Ateneo 64-50. 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. LaSalle leading Ateneo 64-50. Maraming salamat muli sa inyong pagtutok. Anton Rojas alongside Marco Benitez. And LaSalle playing with an injured Jeron Teng, who has been on the bench for quite a while now, playing through that injured left ankle. But despite that, Salle with the advantage.
And it looks like Coach Ateneo will not force the issue here with Jeron Teng unless it is really going to be necessary down the stretch. But with a 14-point advantage and his team so far playing well, I don't think he's going to force the issue and risk more serious injury to Jeron Teng.
Almond too strong on that triple try. Melesio throwing it at Almond, and it will be Green Archers basketball.
So LaSalle going with a backcourt of Aljun Melesio and Tomas Torres. Products of the LaSalle High School program. Isang LaSalle Green Hills, another one from LaSalle Zobel.
Going for a cross-court pass. Stolen away by Almond. Adrian Wong. Losing control.
Unforced turnover there para sa Ateneo Blue Eagles. Not helping their cause at all. They're going to have to try to chip away at this lead. Cut it down to single digits heading into the fourth quarter. Back to a 2-3 zone here.
Torres looking for Trotter. Ball will stay with the white shirts.
I think it's a little bit of a freak defense, actually. A little bit of a box and one with Chris Porter on a Ben Mbala. And the other four players playing a little bit of a zone.
And Mbala hasn't scored a field goal since the first quarter. So the defense of Ateneo is working here. Goal wide open for three. Mbala with the offensive board.
That's going to be a foul on Chris Porter. And with Ateneo in the penalty, that's going to be 2 free throws for Ben Mbala. Just so difficult to box out Ben Mbala because not only is he strong, but he is also as quick as they come.
His first sport was soccer, and he switched to basketball when he was 12 years old, as we see 30 Ravenna. He's been hobbled by fouls here. They badly need him on the offensive end.
Medyo frustrating afternoon because of foul trouble para dito kay 30. So Coach Ateneo is going to give Ben Mbala this minute and a half left in the third quarter to rest as G-Boy Gob enters the ball game.
Tolentino, hand off to Wong. Here comes Aaron Black. Aaron Black with another bucket. He's got 20 big points here in this game.
And he has kept the Blue Eagles within striking distance here.
And this is a FilOil career high now for Aaron Black. Tolentino. Cross-court pass. Almond. That's a foul on Gob.
Just a little late on the recovery against Shaggy Almond. Itong si G-Boy Gob. LaSalle not yet in the penalty though.
Wong. To Black. Black pulls up. Nothing but net on that shot. Aaron Black is playing possessed.
He's got his rhythm going. Yung jump shot yan na medyo coming from the hip. And another steal here for the Blue Eagles.
LaSalle trying to go for a counter steal, but it will stay with the guys in blue. Look at the confidence on this shot by Aaron Black. Facing up, taking a dribble, pulling up for that familiar high-arcing shot. A mid-range master, Aaron Black.
And the reason also why some perimeter players find it hard to defend because Aaron is not a small player, probably about 6'1", and he elevates and he hits that shot or takes that shot at the peak of his jump.
And Ateneo not going away. Lead is back down to 10. 7 seconds to go here in the third. Torres. Nobody was there for the pass.
And Coach Sandy Arespacachaga will field in his shooters for the last possession here. 3.5 seconds on the clock. Great assist there.
3.5 seconds.
Watch out for Mendoza and Asistio. Ball goes to Wong. Ball was deflected with 1.7 remaining.
Now for a catch and shoot here.
Black will throw the ball in. Asistio puts it up. Had to double clutch on that shot.
At the end of the third, it's 66 to 56.
So at the end of 3, LaSalle leads Ateneo 66 to 56. Ateneo was able to cut the lead down to 8 at the half, but LaSalle starting off the third with a 12-4 run. Aaron Black finding his buddy and longtime teammate Thirdy Ravena on the break. Black leading Ateneo in scoring with 22 big points, and this was the last field goal he made. Can Ateneo come back? Find out when we begin the fourth quarter here in the semifinals of the 2016 FilOil V Preseason Premier Cup. Isang quarter na lang ang nalalabit dito sa bakbakan ng dalawang rival schools. Ateneo versus LaSalle, kung saan labang ang Green Archers kontra sa Blue Eagles 66 to 56. Thank you so much for joining us. Anton Ross together with Marco Benitez, and at courtside we have Janine Choi and Pawi Versosa reporting for LaSalle and Ateneo respectively.
Nothing Vince Tolentino could do there. Abu Chater had inside the paint position, just right under the basket. So Tolentino forced to foul him. As we see Jason Perkins watching from the stands.
And Jason Perkins did announce recently that he wants to return to De La Salle University to play out another year. Pero yun nga lang, hindi na siya nakasama dito sa FilOil Tournament sapagkat ang rules, after the third game, you cannot change the lineup anymore. Some former Green Archers, I think that's Oda Tampos, and then I see Almon Vosotros.
Yep, Norbert Torres also there. Tayshan Andrada also watching. Wayne Capascio is actually watching. You all know Coach Glenn Capascio, now a member of the LaSalle coaching staff.
That's right. Also coming from that Letran program with Coach Alden Ayo.
Another turnover here for the Blue Eagles.
Menesio drives baseline, gives it up to Trotter. Trotter, a difficult shot.
Just such an important weapon when you have perimeter players who can penetrate and create. Creates a lot of defensive miscues. That time, Aldrin Menesio driving baseline, finding Abu Trotter open in the middle. Isaac Go forced to foul him, so sending Trotter to the free throw line.
And you get a sense that under Coach Alden Ayo, Trotter has the freedom to make his move to the basket, expanding his role with this LaSalle squad.
What you like kasi about itong si Abu Trotter, you don't really have to call plays for him if you're Coach Alden Ayo. He feeds a lot off of the double team on Benembala. He likes to crash the boards, get second chance opportunities for himself. So he's not the type of player who you really have to call plays for, but he gets his baskets or he gets his points because of his effort.
And he bothers Almond on that play. Here comes Torres. Straight to the hole, and the ball will go back the other way to Ateneo. Thirdy Ravena returns for Ateneo, perhaps for one last push here.
Zone pressure here from the green shot, from the white shirts.
Vince Tolentino. Easy put back right there.
Still a lot of time here if you're the Blue Eagles. LaSalle has to take care of this advantage or try to pull away a little more.
Let's get an update right now with Janine Choi.
Anton and Marco, during one of the timeouts, Coach Alvin Ayo commended the guards for doing a great job on both ends of the court. Also, coming into this quarter, the boys were told that magtiyaga pa tayo sa depensa. We can't stop and we don't stop. Huwag tayong matakot, mapagod. And with that being said, the Archers are expected to be more focused, to continue playing good defense, and to step up more defensively. That's all for now from the LaSalle side. Anton and Marco.
Coach Alvin Ayo is a coach that does not want his players to step on the brakes.
That's true, and he's definitely not going to be happy with Ateneo being able to cut the lead to 11, or 9 rather, before the Tomas Torres jump shot. But right now, what Ateneo is doing is they've been able to break that press, get their opportunities inside the paint, just like what we saw there from Ike Chibueze. And because of those opportunities in the paint, Ateneo going to the free throw stripe. So Ike with a chance to bring it back down to single digits.
Now, Ike, another player who seemingly expanded his role for the Ateneo side, getting more offensive opportunities as we see the LaSalle Brain Trust there with Coach Glenn Capasio and Coach Shot Tankinsen.
So Ike splits his charities. 10-point advantage here for the Green Archers. And Ateneo goes back to that sort of box and one with Ike, Manning, Mbala, and Jolo Go. Takes advantage with a 3-point shot on the wing.
Well, LaSalle has just exploded from beyond the arc in this game. 10 3-point baskets made for the Green Archers as we go back to the Blue Eagles side with Pawi Versosa.
With just a few months left before the UAAP, losing 7 of their key players really served as a huge blow for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. However, this in return also served as an even bigger challenge for the boys as well as the coaching staff. Coach Sandy shares that despite the obstacles, they're envisioning a team who fights for every game, whether they like it or not. And while this may not happen overnight, they know it's going to take baby steps. What's important is that they keep moving forward. And when I asked Coach Sandy on whether this is the team we'll be expecting in the UAAP, he shares that they're still hoping to improve, but more or less, this is the core team we'll see from the Ateneo Blue Eagles. That's all in Marco.
Thank you very much, Pawi, for that update. Like Marco was mentioning earlier, maraming ang players ang nag-participate para sa Ateneo dito sa FilOil. Kaya naman, we still have to wait. Abangan pa natin kung ano talaga magiging itsura ng final lineup ng Ateneo as we move closer to the UAAP.
We probably expect that sometime June or towards the end of this month or sometime early July, as Ateneo and the rest of the UAAP squads get into the deep end of their preparation for the UAAP season, which starts in September.
Trotter runs over 30 Ravenna, just unable to finish. Tolentino with a rebound. And we still have a lot of basketball to play here as Ateneo tries to mount a comeback. Here's Tolentino. Nieto to Wong. Wong with a floater. Just couldn't get it to drop. Porter with the offensive rebound.
Ateneo still trying to stay within striking distance, but they're going to have to make a run. They cannot afford to trade baskets here.
Go. Errant pass. Matt Nieto going full speed. Gives it up to Tolentino. And the lead is back down to 8.
And what LaSalle has to do is try to find a way to get the ball to Ben Mbala in the post, where he has the advantage with Ike on the bench.
Trotter backing down against Tolentino. And that's the newfound composure of Abu Trotter.
As I was going to say, great patience, great post move there in the paint for Abu Trotter.
His confidence is on a different level right now. Ravenna to Nieto. Too strong on that baseline, Jay.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Looks like the ball is going to stay with Ateneo. Here's at the One-on-one move there, shaken big from Abu Trotter, and Vince Tolentino not able to elevate there.
(76-66). Nieto to 30 Ravenna. Ravenna with a fall away.
That's a great move there from 30 Ravenna. Thomas Torres was all over that jump shot, but the length of Ravenna allowing him to shoot that.
8 points in the game for 30 Ravenna. Trotter spins against Tolentino. Ravenna meets him in the air.
That's a clear foul there for 30 Ravenna on the spin. Fourth personal for 30. Ito yung baseline spin against Thomas Torres.
That was similar to the first move he made with his first made basket of the game, that half spin leading to a fall away.
2 shots for Abu Trotter.
Meanwhile, 30 Ravenna picking up his 4th personal foul. Abu Trotter with 9 points in the game. Make that 10 points after that free throw.
And he has really improved offensively, itong si Abu Trotter. Shooting 62% from the free throw stripe, now averaging 9.3 points per game. About 25 minutes of play and close to 7 rebounds per outing.
We saw Thomas Torres on your screens earlier, playing in what will be his 5th and final year for LaSalle, along with Jeron Teng. Well, time flies really fast.
Tumatanda lang tayo.
Trotter with an aggressive move to the basket.
And just overpowering Vince Tolentino there. Not much Tolentino could do to the heftier and more athletic Abu Trotter.
Lead back up to double digits. Nieto. Black. Ravenna. That's a foul on Trotter.
LaSalle not yet in the penalty.
Foul number 5, Abu Trotter.
And this is a move that we really didn't see from Trotter in his previous years in the UAAP. A Haynes School Play of the Quarter brought to you by Haynes, America's first name in comfort.
LaSalle's turn now to shift to that zone defense. And a little out of Chris Porter's range there.
LaSalle managing to keep this lead despite not having Jeron Teng on the floor. But he's been very active on the sidelines.
That's automatic 2 points for Ben Mbala on the baseline. 1-on-1 against Vince Tolentino.
Magbabalik po ang 2016 FilOil Pre Season Premier Cup. 4 minutes and 26 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter of this semifinals match between Ateneo and LaSalle. The winner will move on to face Salle University na nagtagumpay kanina kontra sa National University 94-85. Nakaabang na si the bus driver Giovanni Halalon. And we will see kung sino ang kanilang makakaharap sa finals, which will happen on Sunday.
LaSalle still sticking to that full court pressure. Trying to take care of his advantage.
Tolentino to Ravenna. Black up top. 7 on the shot clock. Black steps back, short on that jumper. Montalvo with the rebound.
So LaSalle is going to try to milk as much time on this shot clock as possible.
They throw it down low to Big Ben, who loses the handle.
Adrian Wong for Matt Nieto. 8 seconds to shoot.
Well, he's going to stay with LaSalle as the referee is saying that it was off the leg of Ike Chibueze.
You know, what's pretty remarkable here is that Mbala was able to play since the 2nd quarter with 3 personal fouls.
He's done a great job nursing that foul trouble as he scores another 2 points off a putback attempt.
That's 16 points and 15 rebounds for Ben Mbala here in this game.
And check foul number 13, Andre Caragot, his second more on the Green Archers.
So yun na, offensive rebound. And you know what is so scary with this Trotter and Mbala front line is if one of them does not get that offensive rebound, they're always figuring in the scuffle, and either they're getting it or they're tapping it away or tapping it to another teammate. That time off the top of Abu Trotter, who is trying to contest for that offensive rebound. Ben Mbala gets the ball and puts it back in the hole. So both of these frontline players of LaSalle really aggressive, chasing after those loose balls, chasing after those offensive rebounds, just winning second chance opportunities for the white shirts.
And both of them have grabbed a combined 10 offensive rebounds here in this game. Karakut pulls the trigger. Mbala with another offensive rebound. Mbala absorbs the contact, nothing there. And as you were saying, partner, they're always in the scuffle. But here comes 30 Ravenna, almost throwing it down for Ateneo. He breaks into double digits. Ravenna has got 10. Torres with a drive. Trotter throws it down with both hands.
Credit that basket also to Thomas Torres. Getting into the heart of the defense, drawing the help from Chibueze and dropping it down to a wide open Abu Trotter.
85-72, LaSalle leads Ateneo here late in the fourth. We have reached the conclusion of our second semifinals game in the 2016 FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup, and LaSalle has eliminated Ateneo 92-77 to advance to the finals against Arellano University. And our best player of the game is at courtside with Janine Choi, our Frigo player of the game, Abu Trotter.
So Abu, after impressive performance today, what do you think was the significance of your role in winning today's game?
I think our overall defense, like always, Coach always talks about playing defense. Just making sure that we make great passes and good offensive reads and make sure that we lock down on defense.
Going up against Arellano on Sunday, what are the things that you still need to improve on as a team?
Overall ball handling and passes, definitely. Today we had a lot of turnovers, so Coach is going to make sure that we come in and play like we haven't won all these games, and play defense, definitely.
And because you are the player of the game, who do you want to greet?
I want to greet Jerron Tang, for sure, and my mom's in the court, so definitely see her, and yeah, that's it.
Congratulations, Abu, and good luck in your next game. Back to you guys.
I wonder why he still had to greet Jerron Tang.
Baka hindi na niya makita after the game.
FilOil Finals. Marco, nasa finals na tayo, and it will happen this coming Sunday. But before that, we will have the battle for third as Ateneo will figure in what should be another interesting match against National University. And in the finals, the bus driver meets the Green Archers. Coach Jericho Diniera's Arellano University Chiefs will take on Coach Aldin Ayos, De La Salle University Green Archers.
Formidable matchups for both games. NU against Ateneo, UAAP rivals. And of course, Arellano, a veteran-laden squad. You have Giovanni Halalon and Kent Salado leading the way for the Arellano Chiefs under Coach Jericho Diniera. You also have Deontay Holtz, who's going to provide the firepower. But again, formidable, undefeated LaSalle squad. Hopefully, Jeron will be 100%. But even without Jeron Teng, this LaSalle squad has put up 92 points, or making it 95 points in this ball game. And what else can you say? Ben Mbala and Abu Trotter beating opponents in the post and dominated the boards and scoring a ton of points. Mbala finished with 16 points, 16 rebounds. Abu Trotter, 14 points, 8 rebounds for the Green Archers.
And they win by 15, 92-77 against Ateneo to advance to the finals against Arellano. For our director, Abet Ramos, our executive producer, Ada Carlos Bayuga, our courtside reporters, Janine Choi and Pawi Versosa, my partner Marco Benitez, I'm Anton Ross, saying see you all on Sunday for the finals of the 2016 FilOil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup.